Thought we started the game quite well. Obviously, the first goal was clearly offside. The VAR decision, I'm not sure about, because I think that Cyril puts his foot down and the boy actually kicks him. I think he's a lucky boy. So I'm disappointed that goes against us. Having said that, there's a lot of football to be played afterwards. It's a really poor goal, a goal that you cannot concede because it's just an isolated moment. We almost concede the goal ourselves. It's a good finish from the lad, but we shouldn't concede a goal like that. In the second half, I thought we pushed, we chased the game, and we had big moments to score. We could create more, but we certainly had big moments to score, and we didn't. So it's a bitterly disappointing day. It's not the result anybody wanted, and obviously at this stage of the season, it's not where we want to be in terms of points difference either.
How did you feel it didn't quite click in the final third?
Well, it didn't click because we didn't score a goal, but in the second half we had opportunities. Sam had a big one. We had a big one with Danilo as well. We have the chance in the first half, it goes across and Cyril can't get there, and I think obviously we scored in the moment that the decision goes against us. So it's fine margins, but I keep saying that. So it's hugely disappointing. I felt today the team pushed. I thought at times we could do better with the ball. Our use of the ball could be better, certainly in the second half, but we still created enough opportunities to score goals today, more than Celtic.
Michael, there was no anger outside in the stands after the game. What do you make of that, and do you feel under pressure?
Well, listen, I understand it when the results have been the last two. I understand the frustration from the fans. It's with the shirt. It's not just here at Rangers, it's anywhere. It's a derby. It's a game where there's a lot of emotion involved in it, and the fans expect their team to get a result, and we didn't. So that's par for the course. In terms of pressure, you're always under pressure in this job. You're only ever a couple of results not going your way to feel that, but the most pressures that we put on ourselves, and so we've fallen short of that today because I expected and wanted us to get a result, and over the course of the 90 minutes, I think the result's harsh on us, but in terms of these games, they're only about the result.
Do you think you can win these fans back?
Oh, listen, I think that the team can win the fans back by winning games of football, and that's what they have to do.
Michael, why was it so off in the first half? Why did we resort to so many long balls? Players didn't seem to get their foot on the ball or pass. There seemed to be a big disconnect between the forward line and the midfield. Is that how you're asking them to play?
No, listen, I think there's a bit of anxiousness in the performance. I thought early in the game, we started the game really well, and then we tend to sit deep as a back four. So we wanted to push the back four a little bit higher. You can't have the front guys trying to press and the back four sitting deep. We spoke about that at half time, and I thought the defence come up 15, 20 yards in the second half, and you saw the result of it playing in. Is the connection between the front players or the midfield and front players where it was in the past? Not right now, no. So that's what we need to work on.
Outfield summer signings started for Rangers today. Is that a reflection on where the rest of them are in their Rangers careers, and maybe weren't trusted to start against Celtic?
No, I think, look, when you lose 6 players that play in the front positions, you have to sign some. They can't all play at the same time. That's fair. You know, the players can't all play if they play in the same position. That's obvious, and we had to sign these players. There's been a lot said about the fees. I'll tell you, you're miles out. And who cost what and who cost this, you're miles out. We had to replace the players that went out. They've all contributed so far. They could all show a little bit more. But I don't think that it's a slight on anybody that we picked Kamaru today or the form that Rabbi Matondo's been in. And I don't think it'd be a slight on anyone if Tom Lawrence plays over a new signing. They're part of our squad. We invested probably about 13 million in 9 players. It's not like we spent millions on 1 or 2. We spent 13 million on 9 players. So at times, the right balance has got to be sought out, and that's probably where the team needs to come together. But it's after a defeat, all those questions are going to come forward. Today's game was in our hands, and we let it slip through our own faults.
Michael, when you look at the front three, obviously you've chosen quite a lot of different front threes so far. Is that a case of trying to work on specific relationships, or trying to match up a specific front three to a specific game?
No, I think that I felt today that Kamar and Cyril would play for an hour and play and run hard and press hard and get around the 2 centre-backs, and Rabbi would play with them. Rabbi's been in fine form, and at times today he showed his speed and what he can bring to the game. So I think you look for a balance against what you're playing against, and I felt that was the right balance today. And barring maybe one or two things going against us first half, we might have been sat here saying it was.
Michael, that's another defeat in a big game, and I know you've spoken about the summer being a reset, but they're mounting up in the eyes of the fans. What can you do to bring them back? Because you heard the reaction at the end there.
And listen, the fans are going to be disappointed when the team lose. I get it. It's the life of a football manager. And I felt today there was enough moments in the game for us. If I'm looking at it as a coach, did we create enough moments to score goals? We did. We didn't. So ultimately that buck stops with me. And so the fans are only going to be happy when we win games of football. I get that. Certainly in this game, they're not going to value performance and effort. It's the result that's important. And coming into the game, I've got to be honest, the result was hugely important to me as well, and the players. So we're all on the same page in that. We're all disappointed we haven't got a result in another big game, and we know that has to improve.
Are you looking at specifics in your poor performance? There's a lot of criticism over James Tavernier. We've spoken about this before. He was exposed several times midweek. It's the same today. Do you recognise that? Or?
Oh, of course I can, but look, I'm not going to sit here and pillar look the way that we play. No, but listen, no, look, you're going to ask the questions, and look, you're going to go for the players. James is our captain. I think he's been a fantastic and is a fantastic player for this club. He's a right back that plays against different wingers week in, week out. And there's not a right back in football that won't get taken on once or twice. His contribution to the team is fantastic. And I think if he wasn't there, everyone would see it straight away. So I don't think there was anything in today's game that was eye-opened about James. I think that's harsh, and I think that's people picking holes for whatever reason. But is there areas of every player's game they can improve on? Of course there is. Does James play in a certain way? He's an attacking fullback. Does he give us that width and go forward? Yes, he does. And as our captain, I think James contributes enough for the team. Listen, I do, but them words are not worth anything if the team don't go and win the big games. It's the fourth game of the season. We're not where we want to be. I think there'll be ups and downs in the season, but it's clear we need to go on a run of performances and wins right now.
You mentioned, Michael, about the team having to come together. How much longer do you think that's going to take? Because obviously, 4 points behind already. We're into September. When will it click?
Well, listen, I'm speaking after a defeat, so look, I don't think everything at Rangers is broken and everything at Celtic is rosy after today's game. 2 teams played today. We made a huge mistake for a goal, and we had chances to score and win that game. We didn't. So, look, we'll have to dust ourselves down. We have 2 weeks now to work on the training pitch. It's a good period for us, barring the internationals who are away. And then we'll have to come back. I think we've got 5 games in 15 days when we come back, so it's a chance for us in that moment to show improvement. No, I'm not going to chase the referee or the fourth official. There's no point, because they've gone to VAR and they've looked at it and they've made a decision. I don't see it until the end of the game there, and it's my view that Cyril puts his foot down the floor and the boy kicks the back of his ankle. So you'll have your own views on it, but that's my view.